Good morning, traders. This is Brian Weber from technicalanalysis.resource.com. Um, Today we're looking at a pretty much strong little uptrend that's starting to develop here over the Asian session. We've had a few higher highs and higher lows. And yesterday we actually took out that 132.30 and 132.29 level. So those levels are no longer valid from that cluster zone. If you guys can remember yesterday, we had a cluster zone of resistance points up here. We actually had four levels, and those were 132.13, 132.29, and then the 132.40 and 132.51. But you guys can see here, we actually took out that 132.13 and 132.29 level yesterday, so they're no longer valid. And that only leaves that 132.40 and 132.51 resistance point for today that really stands in our way. And to be perfectly honest, these two levels are the two strongest levels that we're actually going to face today, because this really is a strong barrier up here, this 132.40, 132.51. Okay, so we may get lucky, we may see a break above there, a pretty clean break, but to be perfectly honest, we're probably going to see a lot of tough price action around this resistance point. Is going to cause a fair bit of problems, because this resistance area up here does come from quite a high time frame, and therefore the likelihood of it just actually breaking through that level in one go, the probability of that happening is extremely low. But it could happen, but it's extremely low. So overall, we're probably going to see price action having a real tough time up here, between that 132.40, 132.51 resistance point today. Okay, but for upside scenarios, what I'm actually going to be looking for, couple of little things that can actually play out. What I can be looking for here is the actually central pivot to actually come into play today. It's pretty much similar to yesterday. I'm actually looking for dips down here, um, to the daily central pivot here, because we do have this 200 per moving average as well coming up that could form strong support for us today. So we got the 200 per moving average on 15-minute chart, as well as this central pivot. And if we do see a dip down here, I'll be definitely looking for buy signals to get long in the market, and at least trade this up to or within this resistance barrier up here of 132.40, 132.51. This would definitely be my first target. I would expect price to break that in first go. So we've also got that R1 level up there. So really, a dip down in the market, I've been looking to get long and try and trade this up here, to this zone. And if we actually get up here, then I've been looking to cover my longs. I've been looking to exit my longs and just take profit at this level and see what happens. Because like I said, we're probably going to see a tough time up here. But if we eventually do break above that level, then I've been looking for a pullback, to hold that level of support, because it's such a strong resistance level. It's an absolute must that if price breaks above it, that it holds it as support to confirm that it is officially broke and not just a fake breakout, because it is such a strong resistance area. Okay, so if we do trade a breakout today to the upside, this level has to hold as support. Okay, this cluster zone, anywhere this cluster zone has to hold as support, and then give us the buy signal to get long in the market. The other buy scenario, as I just mentioned, would be a dip down towards this central pivot and 200 per moving average, and then we would look to get long in the market and trade it up to this zone. Okay, so we definitely have two different types of buying opportunities today for the euro dollar. One is to trade up to the zone, and one is to actually trade a breakout of the zone, but only if that zone holds as support after the breakout to confirm it's not a fake breakout. Alright, for any downside move today, what we've been looking for is simply a break of this 200 and 200 and central pivot here. So be looking for a breakout there, and then to hold that as resistance and trade this down towards the support point we've got at 130, 173, 130, 180. And if that level gives way, then we've got more support down here with the S2 level next to the support at 131.45. So to short the market today, as I just mentioned, we've been actually looking for a break of central pivot and this 200 per moving average price to come back and hold it as support or near to that area for support, and then give us a sell signal to get short down to 131.73, 131.80, and then potentially down to the next cluster zone down here with the S2 level and the 131.45. But overall, the central pivot is going to be key. It's the 200 per moving average and the central pivot is going to be key today because it's either going to give us our long signal if we get a dip down, or it's going to be our sell signal if we actually get a break and hold it as resistance to get short. Okay, but do remember that our other buy opportunity comes only if you actually see a break above there and then hold this cluster zone up here of 132.40, 132.51 as support, and then get long if you get the appropriate buy signal. Okay, guys, really played safe today because the price action is pretty thin overall, and it has been pretty choppy over the last few days with lots of volatility in the markets. Okay, so play really safe today and only take sensible trades. Have a good one.